Hello, this is the developer of Insight Buddy AI, and I just wanted to show you how to download the software and how to use it. It's all very simple, but we're just going to go through it step by step together. I'll show you what the different features are, how to install it for Windows and Mac, and then how to actually use the software, what privacy concerns are there, and things like this. So we go through that together. So here we are. So this is the GitHub of the project. So here is where you can actually download the software and I can upload new versions over here and they will be automatically updated to your computer, so you only need to look at the screen once, which is quite nice. But yeah, so if you found your way to this video with this video tutorial, is the perfect moment to learn how to download the software. But if you have already downloaded the software and you're using this button to watch this video, then you can probably skip ahead a little bit after you've downloaded. So yeah, so to actually download the software, you need to pick your version. So I'm using Windows right here, so I'm going to click on this Insight Buddy AI for Windows. So I click on it and it's going to start a download up here. So I just wait a little bit until the download is done. It's going to take a little while because the app is a little bit big. But while we wait, we can talk about what the app does. So the app is an named entity recognition visualization platform. So very big words. But what that means is we're adding tags onto text. So as we can see here, we have over here, for example, a person. So we have Elon Musk tagged as a person. We have, other tech CEOs tagged as people. But the interesting thing is that we just go to the top here, we can tag drugs. So the AI that is bundled within this from default is the drug NER model that I made, or that I fine-tuned rather. Um, and basically what it does is you can upload any letter, so be that a Word document, a PDF, or a text file, and it will highlight all the drugs, the strength, the route, the frequency, and things like this. And it will also link them to standard library. So you can see this little button, but we'll get it working in just a second. But here we go. So it has downloaded. So we can just double click it from our downloads folder, and it's going to pop up with this screen. So on this screen, no need to panic. You're not installing a virus or anything. It's just that the software is not recognized by Windows yet, which is okay. All you need to do is click on More Info and then click over here to Run Anyway. And what this will do is it will run the setup. Well, the setup is just a very simple program where you can choose where to install it. So you can do it only for me. Then where do you actually want to install it? In general, it's good to just leave it as is. Just click install. We just wait a little bit. This should take less time than the actual download. And there we go. So now we have completing Insight Buddy AI setup, and then we have over here run Insight Buddy.ai. So we can just click finish, and this will actually run the software. So here we are, we're in the software. It is all installed. So if I were to close it now, for example, and I were to search it up over here, we can see it has now added it to my Windows. So to access this software again, all you need to do is type Insight Buddy, and this should pop up in your Windows browsing. But yeah, so just to make this a little bit easier to see, I'm going to make it full screen with this button up here. Um, what we're looking at now is the upload file area. So this software only works if you have your own data to upload into. So over here we have quite a few buttons, but we don't need to worry about these yet. We just need to worry about the upload file. So what this software is targeting is medical AI. So inside of the NHS. So I want doctors to upload the documents and then to have the certain elements highlighted, so that being drugs, so that the doctor can read through many letters very quickly and be able to digest a lot of information very quickly about what the patient is taking, what they're going to take in the future, and things like this. So we can just click upload file over here. And over here, I've already prepared a couple documents, but this can be any of your documents. A very important note is that the AI is all local. So what that means is that none of this data is going to leave your computer. It's all going to stay right where it is. It's not going to be sent to a server. It's not going to be sent over Wi-Fi to anywhere else. It's going to stay where it is now. So if I were to open this, there's no risk of it going anywhere, which is really nice. So yeah, so I'm just going to double click this, let's say this docs file, double click like this, and there we go. So now just like that, it has processed all of my documents. Um, And as we can see here, we have on the left, we have the actual document, and on the right, we have all of the labels. So over here, I'm just going to change the settings. So we can go into the settings up here and change this to BNF linking, just because it's a little easier to show. Um, so I'm going to upload file, and I'm just going to upload the text this time. But there we go. So now we're in the user interface. So might be a lot of information to digest all at once, but it's really simple. So up here we have the title of your document. Um, and then over here we have the actual document with just the text extracted. So if you have a Word document and there's different fonts, different sizes, different colors, none of those will be translated here. All there is here is just the raw text. So as you can see here, there is no formatting of any kind. So don't worry if in your letter it looks different than what it looks here. The data has transferred just fine, all locally once again, just to reassure you. Um, and yeah, so we can see here the main usage of the software. So we can see allergies, for example, have been highlighted, and they've also been highlighted over here. And then I can click on this, and this translates to where it is on the actual entities. And I can do the same the other way around. So I can click on this, and it takes me to where it is here. Could click on this, and it takes me where it is here. And the cool thing is that it will take me to where it is. So if I want to click on metformin, I can click on this, and it will take me to where it is on the document. So it's a little bit quick there, but we can see it is right here. And yeah, so this is the main usage of the software, is to highlight all the drugs that the patient has been taken. We can see a very quick list of them here, and then we can scroll through them and have a quick glance at what they're taking with it's nicely color coded. A very, very key note is that the software is not perfect, so it will miss some drugs. So you got to be wary of that. But to have a quick glance at what the patient has taken, we can take a look at this table over here. Um, and then the next cool thing is that we can have drug linking. So over here I have aspirin, for example, and I can click on this, and it will take me to the BNF standard website where I've put the drug into the search bar, and it's going to search whatever we're looking for. So aspirin, we can just click on this, and then you know more than me on this. So you can find whatever information you'd like here. But yeah, so this is one sort of linking. The other type of linking is we go into the settings over here. We can change this to SNOMED linking instead. And a very important thing is that a new file needs to be submitted for this to actually take place. So if I were to close this and I were to upload file, I can upload a new document now. So this docs document, for example, and now the formatting is slightly different. You can tell by this little blue line over here. It's a little bit of a bug, but it's also nicely represented. But we can see over here, we can click on this now, and it will take me to SNOMED. So here's another way of linking to a standard drug um, place to get the information you need. But yeah, so you can very easily swap between them just by clicking on the settings and clicking over here to BNF, and then you can close it here. And yeah, so in general, if you're going to be using this for medical purposes of highlighting drugs, this is really as far as you need to go. So the software does have other features, but in general, this is like the main features you need to know. So if you're comfortable with this, you should be comfortable using the software. The next thing, which is a little bit more advanced, is something called only entities. What this means is that I will get rid of all the text in between and show you only the entities. And the interesting thing is that I can show you a little bit of context before and after. So for example, let's say I'm looking at here, clopidogrel. Didn't say that right, but let's just assume I did. And I want to know what it's about, but I don't want to scroll through and try to find it. So what I can do is just toggle on only entities, and you can see how this view has changed now. So if I scroll down, we can see the same clopidogrel. And what I can change is this slider over here called the context length. So what this means is it will add words before and after to give you the context of what this drug is actually talking about. So if I were to reduce this, you can see how it's taking words away. Um, and if I were to reduce it, you can see number 2. So what this means is there's 1, 2 words before and 1, 2 words after. So if I need a little bit more to read here, I can just toggle this up, let's say up to 20, and then we can read all the context before and after. So we can see medications, take all medications as prescribed, do not stop this drug without consulting your cardiologist. But yeah, so this is what the context length is for. So we can read the letter very quickly in this format with the context before and after. And just like that, we can digest the letter much quicker. But you can toggle this off at any time and just have the normal view of the letter, just like this. But yeah, so I'm going to move on to a little bit more of an advanced topic, and this goes into people running named entity recognition on their own models. So this is not really aimed for clinicians anymore. This is for researchers who want to visualize their own NER model because the software has capability of that. So if I were to click over here in this gear wheel, I can change something called the Hugging Face model. So from here, I'm not going to use normal terminology. I'm going to use normal um, programmer terminology. But yeah, so if you are a normal programmer, you'll know what this means. But yeah, so what you can do here is you can change the model. So if you're a clinician, you don't need to worry about changing this. You can keep it as is. The default is good. It just highlights struct. But if you want to change it to something else, you can go into Google and then search up any NER model. You will need to convert these, and I will provide a script to do that. But what you can do is you can copy this model, and you need to make sure in the files and versions it has the Onyx folder. So if I were to paste this over here, we can see it's downloading the model and the model is ready. And if I were to click Open Models folder, we can see in here where is saved the models. So we can see this is my model, which is automatically downloaded, and this is the normal NER model. And if I were to close it, just keep this text here. We know that we're using this model. So if I were to upload a different file, so here I have breaking news, we can see over here it has now done NER on a different sort of labeling scheme, which is really nice. So you can have this organized like this. So the cool thing is that I'm planning to add the JSON output, the raw JSON, but that will be coming in a later version. It's not in right now. But yeah, so if you want to run the inference and also get the raw output from the model, you can do that. But for now, it's just a visualized way. So seeing maybe where your model is failing or being strong or weak, or you can see which tags are completely missed out or things like this. So you can actually see it, which is nice. But yeah, so those are the main features of the model. There will of the software rather. There will be a button here where it shows you how to convert any one of your models. So if you have an NER model and it doesn't have an Onyx folder, I will show you how to actually convert that. It's really easy. It's just a one script you gotta run and you'll be done. But yeah, so that is the software. Thank you very much.